So as we were running up this field, we got those awesome shots of those horses. That blew my freaking mind. We kind of jumped over this fence, which I can personally confirm is electric. Don't do this at home. A little bit of shock just gave me the jolt I needed to keep me going here. So we came up this field, and as I'm walking backwards because I always want to be facing into the best light possible. We have this kind of half backlight, half side light right in between, hitting this gorgeous mountain hut with these first mountains and then these mountains and mountains and mountains in that background. So what I want to do is before anything changes, these cows didn't even get in the shot yet, I want to frame this up. I'm being careful not to get the sun in the shot intentionally. So I came up a little bit more to my right so I can just crop out in the 2X view that sun and get that beautiful mountain hut in this foreground. That's the shot right there. You'll notice this absolutely beautiful light kind of like creating this crescent or creating this contrast on these hills and creating this like dip of light and shadow and light and shadow. That is what we call chiaroscuro. All that means is drama. It's drama in light itself. Shadow, light, light, shadow, light, shadow. Right? Anytime you have that, you're gonna have some amazing light in your scene. Now let's play with these cows. I never thought I'd say that in a landscape photography tutorial. Hey buddy. I'm gonna use that burst mode when I need to, especially when they start approaching. Oh, super wide, there we go. I just got a lens cleaning. A free lens cleaning from an alpine cow. These guys think I'm tasty. I'm glad they think so. I'm a vegetarian, so we're buddies. Fist pump, there we go. Now with my super wide, my 0.5x, I don't have to worry about focusing at all because everything is gonna be in focus, including the cute little nostrils here. There we go, thank you. So I can move around, I can come up a little bit, and I wanna move slowly again. And backlighting, if you have a chance, backlighting these incredibly beautiful creatures is the best way to create drama and energy in this final image. It's all about that light, and having that light behind them and hiding it behind them is gonna create the most dramatic light possible. Now I still wanna show a little bit of that sun. Now if I peek that sun out, just about half hidden and half showing, I can get the most dramatic light possible. That's what I wanna do. Let's look in this other direction. Hey guys, you see how different that is? That's a completely different shot because now they're front lit and partially side lit, but there's no interest. If I shoot this way, that's where all the drama is. Right into that setting sun. I don't even have to do dry cleaning or any laundry at all anymore. I just have to stand in a field with these beautiful guys. Hey. Now the most important thing of all is just to enjoy this. I mean, come on. It doesn't get any better than this. We got so many incredible photos already. Just take a break and just be in the moment. So we got some amazing cow photos, but they're almost taking up, or they're definitely taking up the entire foreground, the entire image itself. So as beautiful as these guys are, I'm gonna see if I can focus now on capturing this entire landscape, this mountain scene in front of me, because the sun is really starting to take shape and color and creating this gorgeous contrast on this entire scene. And now I'm gonna switch to my 2X, my telephoto, and take that photo. Actually, I really like this vertical composition. All right, this guy's gonna come closer, but look at this light. This is what we mean by angel glow. It's what happens when you have something that's backlit. You don't have to have that sun in the frame, but when it's backlit, you have this change, this quick change of light from pure backlit bright light to deep shadow. And just that edge of light, you can see it right on this cow. It's just stunning. That angel glow just looks beautiful every time we're able to capture it. Oh my God, this is so incredible. All right, now we have one cow in front of this, and we have just about a minute or so of capturing this beautiful light. This mountain hut is everything to me, this one right here. If I can just work this scene, I can get this fence, I can get this mountain hut, I can get that horse off to the right that is in perfect position. I'm gonna get closer, maybe move off to that left a little bit. This mountain hut capturing those last rays of light on those rolling hills is everything in this frame. Oh, I really like this horse with that setting sun. Sorry guys, don't mean to scare you. I'm gonna try and get that fence out of that frame. We've lost that light in the foreground now, but we still have this silhouette of these mountain huts and these horses to work with. So I'm gonna get as close to this frame, to this fence as I can. Again, be careful, don't do this at home. That is an electric fence. We did personally confirm it, but I like this frame right here. I have that horse right in that bottom third. I have that fence working through the scene. I have that setting sun right at that rule of thirds. Let's see if I can move around just a little bit. I'm not gonna scare any cows, they're far enough away. If I get closer to this hut over here, maybe we can still capture all that light in this hut, just like that. Just that composition alone is just stunning to me. Let's see if we can get these horses one more time. And let's see if we can work with this fence, get close to it. Oh, hey buddy. There we go. I like this shot, but we're losing the mountains as I do that. We don't have any more light here. It's important to know that. You want to know when to hold them and know when to fold them, right? So while these horses are absolutely stunning creatures, I can spend all day with them. I really could. We lost that light heading this way. This hut is probably our best option with that setting sun going in between that V and that crest right there. I can't stand here because this fence is just kind of going right through my frame right now. But if I move over to that left, I still have this gorgeous light right at this mountain hut. Now, if I get closer with my 1X, what that's gonna do is bring that hut closer in that frame, making it a little bit more prominent, which isn't bad, but I don't like that as much. When you go to your 2X, you're gonna compress these things together, and it's gonna create a much more dramatic effect. So what I'm gonna do is after I got that shot, I'm gonna back up as much as I can while I still have this last remaining rays of light, switch over to my 2X, and look at this. You see how that just kind of snapped in and gave me this beautiful light? One more compositional element lining up perfect for me. Hey guys, maybe switch over to my vertical to capture them in my frame. And I think that is actually just a little bit too busy. Now you'll see with this composition, it's not gonna work. And the reason is I'm not high enough. I've let that hill cut off that mountain hut. I still wanna have that. This would be a beautiful shot without it, but it's much more interesting with it. And luckily I have this high field right behind me. I'm gonna get as high as I can just to reveal more of that hut. And this vertical composition is gonna work really well too. Look at that in that foreground, those rolling hills. It's framed inside of that mountain in the middle ground, and then we have those rolling hills in the background. And I think that is gonna be the last of this magical light and this magical day. I can't believe that I get to be able to do this for a living. I can't believe I get to stand here. I can't believe that any of this even happening or even just exists. So this is what it's all about. Rolling in this field with these wild animals, this wild light, this wild landscape. It's all about this and letting your curiosity, honestly, your curiosity get the better of you every time. We would never be here. I would never be here. This would never happen if I didn't just let that burning fire, that passion, that deep curiosity, and this tool make it all possible. This is what it's all about. This is landscape photography for me. And I'm so, so honored and so happy to be able to share that with you. And with that, let's move on.